Namaste and welcome to Zenith practice. For today's practice you will need 2 blocks and a blanket. Let's go ahead and get started straight from child pose. Place your thumbs next to each other, open your knees on the width of the mat, and then start to walk your hands towards the upper side of your mat. Here you can take your blocks and put them below your arms, like this, and then rest your head on the mat. Deeply inhale from the nose, out the mouth, let it go. Again, deeply inhale from the nose, out the mouth, let it go. Third and the last time, inhale from the nose, out the mouth, let it go. Allow yourself to arrive on the mat. Allow yourself to leave all your roles and responsibilities away. This is the time solely devoted to you. This is the time you decided to invest in the most important person on earth, the one you share each breath with. Make sure you will be fully present in the practice. And when the mind drifts away, you will gently bring it back to the breath. Bring it back to the practice. In today's practice, we will be mainly working for our lower back and glutes. Child pose is one of the most commonly used opening and resting poses. In this pose, our back is fully relaxing. Having the hands on the blocks helps to stretch additionally the shoulders, to release the tension from them. Child pose stretches our back with emphasis on the lower back. In the same time, knees and ankles and hips are getting prepared for the next asanas in the practice. Child pose is probably one of the poses in which we count down very fastly, and this helps us to enter in the practice. Deeply inhale from the nose, out the mouth, let it go. And let's quickly remind ourselves the 3 key principles of Yin Yoga. Number 1 is to find our edge. Number 2 is time. And number 3 is stillness. From here, let's remove the blocks, put them aside on the mat, and come on your hands and knees. Come to all fours, tabletop pose. From tabletop position, make sure your wrists are below your elbows and elbows are below the shoulders. Knees are below the hips. Find your alignment, and from here place your right leg on the right edge of the mat. At this stage you should feel comfortable. Open the left leg to the left side of the mat. From here push your hips backwards like this and feel the stretch in your inner thigh. Gently lower down on your forearms like this and push your hips backwards a little bit more, and welcome to frog pose. Open your feet as much as you can and push yourself backwards to the extent that you feel the stretch in your inner thighs and your groins. Place your head on the mat if it feels comfortable. You can even straighten the arms and rest your head on the mat. And breathe here. Welcome to frog pose. This is a powerful hip opener. In this pose, while we stretch the inner thighs, we open the hips and thus release the tension from the lower back. Frog pose helps our digestion and also stimulates our reproductive organs. It's surely not one of the best poses. The level of discomfort throughout the pose is quite high, but remember that you should find your edge and you should not stretch more than your comfort zone. You should feel discomfort, but definitely not terrible discomfort. Breathe here, and every time your mind drifts away, gently bring it back to the practice. Bring it back to the breath. And don't push yourself. Let gravity do its work. We will be here a little bit on the shorter side. We will stay in the pose no more than 2 minutes and a half. You should probably already feel the release of your back, although the sensations in the lower body might not be pleasant at all. From here, let's start to lift ourselves slowly. First, bring your palms underneath your shoulders. Then close your knees and come back to tabletop pose. Put your toes beneath your feet and lift your hips up to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, let's lift the right leg up. Inhale. And then bend the knee and place it in front of you on the mat. Direct your right knee to the right side of the mat, your right feet to the left side of your mat. Keep your left hip parallel to the floor. Place your hands in front of you. Lift your chest up. Inhale, enjoy the stretch here. And then gently start to lower down on the mat. Place your hands above each other and rest your forehead on the mat. Make sure you feel comfortable and welcome to Sleeping Swan, one of my favorite poses. Here in this pose, we stimulate our gallbladder channel. The gallbladder channel runs from the fourth toe of your feet, through the feet, then up to the leg, and through the trunk it gets to the shoulder. There is one gallbladder channel in each side of our bodies, and it is also believed that there are 44 acupuncture points in this channel. Gallbladder role is to digest the fats that we consume. So by stimulating now this channel, we are increasing the digestion of the fats that we consumed today. In the same time, sleeping swan is the pose in which we stretch our right, in this case, right hip joint, right hip, while resting the back. If you for some reason feel discomfort in your knee, try to adjust your feet. You should not feel the pulse in your knee. It should be felt in the hip joint and the hips. Breathe here and enjoy the relaxing sensation of sleeping swan. From here, let's go ahead and lift ourselves up. Place your toes beneath the left feet and start to walk with the toes so that you make space to take out the right leg and come back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, lift the left leg up, inhale, and then bend the knee and bring your leg on the top of the mat. This time, the left knee will go to the left side of the mat, left feet will go to the right, the left hip will be parallel to the floor. Lift yourself up, inhale, breathe in here, deeply inhale, and then start to slowly lower down with the heart up, lower down from the lower back, and rest yourself. This is the moment in which you can forget what happened throughout the day. This is the moment you've chosen to relax, to release. So enjoy the beautiful sensation of the gentle stretch that brings ease in your body and calmness in your mind. And every time your mind drifts away, which is its natural flow, gently bring it back to the practice. Bring it back to the breath. In sleeping swan, we stretch our gluteus muscle. This is the biggest muscle in our body. And for people who spend many hours seated, this brings to dehydration in the area of the gluteus muscle, and it becomes weaker with time. When our biggest muscle becomes weaker, our body tries to compensate its work with the help of the other muscles, the muscles of the thighs and the lower back. And this causes pain. By stretching the gluteus muscle in sleeping swan right now, we do the complete opposite. We stimulate the circulation in this area. Stimulated circulation leads to better hydration, and when there is hydration, there is regeneration. We are rejuvenating the area of our gluteus muscle and thus preparing the muscle to become stronger when practicing. Every time you spend long hours seated, make sure that every 15 minutes you sit, you stand up and move. Ideally, do a couple of squats. Allow yourself to be fully delighted in the pose. And stay focused in the practice. Deeply inhale from the nose, out the mouth, let it go. And from here, let's lift ourselves up. Come on your palms. Again, place your toes beneath the feet and help yourself to lift the hips back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, place your knees on the mat and let's come sitting, and from sitting go all the way down to reclining. Make sure there is nothing on your neck. Rest your head comfortably on the mat. And from here we will go to happy baby pose. Lift your legs like that. Open your hips and try to catch your feet. You can also catch your ankles or even place your hands behind your knees. Try to find the modification that suits you best today. What matters here is to feel your lower back well rested on the floor. Child pose, or Ananda Balasana as it is called in Sanskrit, is the pose that derives from two words. Ananda, which means happy, and Bala, which is baby. Happy baby is the pose that stands for restoration. It's a restorative pose in which we rest our back on the floor, and the pose is very, very beneficial for lower back pain. If it is performed regularly, it can significantly improve the discomfort in your lower back. In the same time, the pose stretches the hips, as you may feel, and the inner thighs, and also has very strong calming effect. It opens the chest and also helps to reduce our blood pressure. For people with high blood pressure, this can be also very beneficial pose. So close your eyes and breathe and enjoy the feelings in the pose. As I said, this is one of the very sweet poses in yoga which help us relax, release. So take advantage and fully enjoy the pose. And every time your mind drifts away, gently bring it back to the practice. Bring it back to the breath. This is the normal flow of your mind. This is its nature, to constantly go from one topic to another. But the practice of yoga is, and specifically in yoga, is a very good way to start to control your mind. From here, release slowly the legs. Place your feet next to each other and rest your feet on the mat in butterfly reclining pose. You can place your palms on your belly, or if you want to feel a little bit more grounding, place your hands on the floor. Stay here well grounded and centered. Mindfulness and grounding are two skills that we learn on the mat. Every time you notice that your mind drifts away from the practice, it's already mindfulness. And being mindful about your breath, about your mind, is the first step of learning to live mindful life. Grounding is another very important component of a conscious living. We tend to sometimes go into daydreaming. We tend to make illusions about life. And being grounded is very important for people who aspire conscious living and people who like to be more into the here and now. Having you in this program, I'm sure you're one of them. Learning to live in the here and now is the fastest way to a happy life. And happy life is not the life in which you have everything, but it's the life in which you are grateful for everything that you have. So feel this gratitude about you resting on your mat in the time you've chosen to invest in yourself by releasing the tension from your body, nervous system and your mind, and learning healthy habits which are built day by day. If your mind drifts away, gently bring it back to the practice. Bring it back to the breath. And from here, let's help ourselves to close the knees. Close the knees, straighten the left leg. Keep your right leg bended. With the left arm, take your right knee. Straighten the right arm on the floor and rotate your right knee to the left side and twist here. While twisting, make sure that the right shoulder will stay on the mat. You can gaze to the left, to the ceiling, or to the right. Choose the modification that suits you best today. And here, if you need more stretch, you can grab your big toe with the first two fingers of the left arm and straighten your leg. This way you will feel deeper stretch in the right leg. And if you feel like you need a bit more, you can bend the left leg and grab the left leg with the right arm And like this, you are in a much deeper stretch. So choose the modification that you like most today and stay in it. I will stay with the straight left leg. Close your eyes and breathe. And allow yourself to fully surrender in the pose. Bend the knee and bring your right leg on the mat. Straighten the right leg, step with the left leg on the mat, and with the help of the right hand, take your left knee and twist it to the right. Straighten your left arm and twist your back. Breathe here and make sure that the left shoulder will stay on the mat. If you feel like you need more, again, grab your big toe with the first two fingers and straighten your leg. Breathe and enjoy your rest and digest mode that has been activated with the practice. You are already in the parasympathetic nervous system, the one that is in charge for the rest and recovery mode of our body. And if you've chosen to practice right before going to bed, you can just slide in your bed and continue from there with our final resting pose, Shavasana, which is coming next. Release the leg and let's enjoy our well-deserved Shavasana. You can take the blanket and cover yourself with the blanket, put your socks on, bless yourself, make yourself feel as comfortable as possible, and lay down for our final resting pose, Shavasana. You can have your palms open to the ceiling, or you can turn them down and place them on the floor to increase the grounding effect of our practice. Deeply inhale from the nose and out the mouth, let it go. From here, keep your eyes closed and let's slowly start to lift ourselves for final cross-legged seated position. Bring your hands in front of the heart in Anjali Mudra. Bring them to your forehead for clarity of thoughts. Slide them down in front of the lips for thoughtfulness of speech. and bring them in front of your heart for consistency of actions led by the heart. Lower yourself down and feel deep gratitude towards the inspiration that took you to the mat, the effort that you made on the mat, and the beneficial effect of your yoga practice on your well-being. Let's lift ourselves up and finish with our final prayer. May we all be happy, may we all be healthy, and may we all live in peace. Namaste. Thank you for your practice.